everyone. Thank you for inviting me to speak today. Um, yes, muscular dystrophy has been part of my life all my life since I was at a child. At 14, I fell and I broke an ankle, and from there it was downhill. I kept falling, no one knew why. I started high school falling, no one knew why. Eventually, we figured out and had got a diagnosis on my 16th birthday. And my mother reminds me it was on my birthday. And they told me what I had. Of course, I knew what it was because I had watched the telethon, the Jerry Lewis telethon for many years. And I got well, it was already there, it was always there. Muscular dystrophy is a genetic condition. It happens in the chromosomes and it's carried by the mother. My mother and two of her sisters' children had it. Two of my cousins, they passed away in Cuba way before 18. And unfortunately, my mother only had two children, myself and my sister, who was 3 years younger, and she passed away about 5 years ago from muscular dystrophy. So we were both in wheelchairs. We're like not too small, we're plus size girls. So when you saw us out in the street, you thought, what in the world? Are these two playing around in wheelchairs? But it was true. It was both of my mother's children, and my sister passed. But I survived. I don't know how, but I was going to save this one thing for the end, but I'm going to share it now. What helped me along the way was one person, and that's where being in a business or being involved in a community helps people, because it was one significant person that made a difference when I was 16. My mother, you know how mothers are, all of you ladies, most of you ladies are mothers, you know, I was crying. I was pretty bad at 16 when I found out. So my mother made me go to summer camp, muscular dystrophy summer camp, where there was a lot of kids that were way more severe than I was. And it was like a culture shock in a way. It was something I couldn't take. I remember it was in Michigan, so it was on a beautiful lake. I remember standing there and overlooking the water. And I was crying. I cried the whole time. I was mad and crying, you know, 16-year-old. And a woman came up to me. She was one of the camp mothers. She said to me something that became my motto and my mantra and sustained me to today. That's what's given me the fortitude to carry on. It is something simple, but at 16, I don't know why it stuck with me. But this woman came up to me and she saw how much I was crying. She said, I said, I don't want this. Why? Why me? Why do I have to have this? Why? I don't want this. And she looked at me and all she said was something simple. She said, why not you? Why not you? You can change the world. Why not you? Why someone else? Why not you? For some reason that was significant and that changed my whole life. From there on, I decided, yeah, she's right. Why not me? So I didn't take muscular dystrophy as a disability. It became more of a badge of honor, of something that I had to carry on and show people how people with disabilities can live, can be educated, can work, and can thrive. So that's what I decided I was going to do in my life. So I went on to college. I graduated with a journalism degree. I was interviewed. I was one of the finalists to be interviewed for an anchor position in our local television stations. I walked up until I was 25. So I was able to do a lot of things without people noticing too much. I had a slight limp, but so at age, I just moved forward so I will speak forever. But at 25, I was on on a work assignment with my job, which at that time was, I started then working with the federal government, and I was out of town. And by that time I was wearing leg braces, but I fell. I fell in a federal building. And when I fell, I fractured my kneecap, and that was the end of it. I knew that if would fall, I would be permanently in a wheelchair, and that's what happened. So at age 25, I fell, I broke my kneecap, and I was in a wheelchair. I'm 60 years old, so that's how many years I've been disabled. And what keeps me going is, I don't know. But like Marcy said, one of the pitfalls of sitting in a wheelchair all day is that you're not moving. I can't move my legs because muscular dystrophy affects every part of your body. It's muscular. Right now, I'm having a hard time speaking because I've been a little sick, and my lungs only are functioning at 40% capacity because of my muscular dystrophy. Um, and so my arms don't go up and down. I have people that, if I have to wipe my nose right now, I have to call someone to come help me. I can't do a lot of things. I can't, it's not a bad thing when you really can't do it, but I can use my brain and I can do a lot of other things. But being in a chair for so long just caused my legs to be too stiff, my arms to be stiff, feeling just uncomfortable when I lay down. When someone gets me in bed, they have to get me in bed in a lay position, almost like sitting position. So I'm never in a straight position. I can't lay straight. I can't even to be, I had an MRI not too long ago, but I had to be intubated to do that because I can't lay down. So to do basic, I can't even get a mammogram because there's no machine available. I've been turned down many times. So that's how bad it is. But when I started using the X39, this dear woman named Judy, she explained to me that perhaps I can use them and they could help me feel a little bit more comfortable, relieve some of the stiffness, the swelling, the inflammation in my feet and in my legs, and maybe make me more comfortable. So she told me about X39, and I think it was May, the end of May. I started wearing an X39 like June, like the first week of June, June 1st or 2nd. And that was really amazing. I put it on and I started feeling much better. I started feeling that my legs were not as heavy, that my arms didn't feel as weighed down. I had more mental clarity because I had been getting a little foggy, just tired, all the time. I was not sleeping at all, but with the X39, I noticed I started sleeping much better. I started dreaming. That was something I hadn't had. I don't remember. Everyone dreams, but I did not remember. So I started having vivid dreams and color. And so when I laid down, I felt better. And that was amazing to me. I was even breathing better. In the last few days, because I've been ill, I had not done a lot of the other things I was doing to feel better. But the X39, I kept putting it on and it has made me feel better. And one thing I did, and this is pure vanity, is that I have a little spider vein on my face. It's annoying as heck. You can imagine muscular dystrophy, but what annoys me is a spider vein. And so it really does. It bothers me. So I went to a dermatologist a few years ago and I had it zapped, with a laser twice. All that happened was they burned the inside of my mouth. It didn't really help. So I started thinking, what can I do since I have to wear it 12 hours on 12? Okay, I'm going to wear it at night on that darn spider vein. So I started putting on the spider vein on my face, and lo and behold, the spider vein's going down. I can't wait for it to go completely away. And I'm going to go to that dermatologist and I'm going to say, look, you're going to get these. But that's what I've been doing. And as I've been putting it on my face at night, I'm sleeping even better when I put the patch on at night, and I sleep much better. It's amazing. It's amazing. And one thing that happened, and this is new since I did the Spanish one, I didn't put the patch on one night because I forgot. And the person that helps me in bed was here and I just forgot, didn't put it on. But then when I went to sleep, guess what? I couldn't sleep. After 9 days of putting the patch on my face, I was able to sleep every night. Many nights I could see the daylight come and I couldn't sleep. This particular night, I, didn't put the patch on after 9 days and I could not sleep for the life of me. And one thing that was interesting was, and I may have not noticed this because it had been going on for years, as I laid there unable to sleep, I could feel my body literally was vibrating. It was like I could feel like if my bed was vibrating, but it was my body. And I said, what in the world? So maybe the patch was calming my body down so much when I tried to sleep that I was able to sleep. And without it, my body was more, and it was like it too much trying to move. I don't know how to describe it, but I just know that the patch has helped me 100%, 100%. And I feel a lot better.